Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of Capitalism Lab Let's Play series. This is the fourth part, and in this video I want to restart completely new game. If you remember from the last episode, number one reason why I wanted to restart a new game is that I was missing the real world cities. And the solution was really simple. All I had to do was I had to install the mode, either real world mode or modern world mode, and each of these modes have a list of cities set in their settings. So all you need to do is just to load the mode and you will start the new game with real world cities. I mean, it's much more fun to play with real cities, to build a store in the real city like New York, you know, or to expand to Bangkok or Melbourne. So I already started the new game with modern world, and you can see from the map that I'm starting in the Denver. And the second reason why I wanted to restart the game was I wanted to make it harder. Even with the below average capital setting, you start the game with 25 million US dollars, and in my opinion this is really high. No one's ever inherits 25 millions to start their business in real world. Therefore I start a new game with the lowest settings that I can set, and you can see that I'm starting with just 5 million bucks, and I'm curious if I will be able to start a new business with just 5 millions. I just want to make it realistic, you know. With 25 millions I could start 2-3 stores in each city and just to expand right from the beginning, but it doesn't work like that in real world. In reality, most of the businesses start with just one single store, and over time they try to accumulate enough money to expand to another product, another city, or another vertical. So this is why I am starting the new game with these two changes. So let's start the game. So I'm starting with the Denver, and the Denver looks like a really small city. We have one city center here and one area here. But before committing to Denver, let's explore another cities in this game. So I will click on this globe here, and I see the map with all cities that are in the game. We have started the game with 7 cities, all of which have almost the same amount of population, close to 500,000 of people, and all of them having from 6.28% of unemployment rate to 9%, which is quite high for usual developed economy to have such high unemployment rate. Like in Czech Republic we have 4% unemployment rate compared to like Barcelona or Spain, where there is like more than 15 to 20% unemployment rate. So the Denver has close to 500,000 population, 8.96% unemployment rate, and 76 real wage rate. And since there's no city that has more than 1 million population, then we have to choose the city by comparing the other two variables. I don't think unemployment rate plays a huge role here, but the real wage rate do. It shows which city has the most developed economy and which city is the richest. From what I see, it does not reflect the reality well. I mean, I would expect that Rotterdam, which is a city in Netherlands, a country that has one of the highest wages in Europe, and in this game it has lower real wage rate than or almost the same rate as Ho Chi Minh City. Ho Chi Minh City is a huge city with like 15 million people, but it's in Vietnam, and the wage there are not that high. People live by with just 500 bucks a month. So this is not very comparable. Never mind. Let's pick the city with the highest real wage rate and start there. So far I see that Seattle has highest real wage rate of 77. So let's go there. Okay, I switched to Seattle, and first let's explore what kind of natural resources the city offers. It has bauxite, it has silver, it has zinc, gemstone, that's new, fresh water, it's also new. Those two natural resources were not in the original Capitalism 2. Then we have graphite, crude oil, salt, coal, no timber, natural gas, and lithium. Okay, from these resources I like silver and gemstone the most, because with these two you can start your jewelry empire. You can open the jewelry store and all you need is just a single store, a production plant, and the mine. Making jewelries are not that complicated. The process is very simple. I had an uncle that owns a jewelry store in Hanoi, and I like that business. You don't need much space, the product is really tiny and it holds a huge value, and you just hire a single person who is capable of creating new jewelries. So you teach them how to create a jewelry, and you don't have to fiddle with the jewelry design that much. You just make a ring and you put a diamond or another gemstone on top, and people will buy it either way. And even if you don't sell the ring or necklace, it still holds the value, and over time those precious metals and gemstones appreciates. So it doesn't matter if you hold a huge supply, it grows in the value, and when you sell it at much higher price point. So setting up a jewelry empire would be nice, but I don't think we can do it with just 5 millions in the bank. We have to go other route, and the easiest way how to make money in the beginning is to open a store and sell imported products. We don't have money to set up a factory and start manufacturing because we don't have a technology, we don't have the research and development, we have nothing. We have just money in the bank. And with the 5 millions, I'm not sure if we can open the store here because the Seattle is richest city and there might be an expensive land, but we will find it later.